How's it going, everyone? I want to talk about Lyft. As I traded this in my Discord and my community, and we are long in this, and I'll show you guys exactly why and everything. So on the daily chart, we had this nice uptrend, right? We went all the way up here. We draw a line here. The trend, we had a nice little boost up. We had this big gap here, and that's kind of like looks like what the price is trying to do. But as you can see, we kind of went all the way down here to this area here, and what this is called, a co-op phase. Obviously the news is what caused this. Waymo plans expansion to Miami. So they had this buy ratings, they had reiterated buy ratings, and then liquidity grab. Big money was selling off of that, and then this. But I just don't see this being bearish still. Obviously, price went down 10%, but if you look at the longer term aspect, and this is what I want to show you. If you're in the part of the Discord and you're watching this, what I did like, you can see right here when price gets close to the EMA 20, you had a nice sizable bounce. Look at this bounce rate in here from this was a 10% move up. I don't think this is done. I do think we can keep going higher due to a bigger time frame. So what you can do is you can look at the daily, be like, okay, we hit the EMA 20. That was my first entry. And I do believe in this company longer term, so that's why I'm not sweating it. If this was a penny stock, yeah, that would suck. So we hit this EMA 20 after this big uptrend, because as you can see, when you hit my upper band, which is my Keltner channels, they can go, all the way down. This is a strong uptrend. So we know just by hitting this is a strong uptrend, and then we hit this daily here, went up, it hit this, and did not unfortunately do that. But if you look at a bigger time frame, look at the bigger time frame of the stock. If you look at the weekly, we are not in a downtrend. This is the longer term outlook. So this could take a week, 2 weeks, a month for Lyft to make a new highs. But in the end theory, Lyft could easily make a new high based on this theory here. We come up here, getting close to this upper band. We come to this EMA 5. That was that daily near the EMA 20. You see how we had this bump up? And now we're at this next point of time where we can get a bump up. So how big the bump up can be, who's to say? Obviously, the EMA 20 is going to be your last line of resort on the weekly. But I do think, this could get a nice sizable area. So if we just go straight up to this EMA 5, that is a 5% move. That's at your 1620. If we make new highs, at this area, that's a 23%. So I do think it's a possibility, especially with the holidays coming in, more people using it. People are going to be eyeing like airplane stocks. They're going to be eyeing Lyft, Uber, and all those kind of scenarios. But I think this is a lot better one. But if you look at Uber, this one I don't really like the chart as much. As you can see, the weekly is forming a downtrend. This is not as bullish as Lyft was. You weren't even close to this ATR4. You can look at the daily here. This thing is even on a downtrend too. So it's been on a downtrend for quite some time. We couldn't get above this. Lyft is different. If you look at Lyft, the chart is a whole lot different. You can see we're clearly above this EMA 20. When we were retesting and we got here, obviously this daily candle changes the daily outlook. This is going to need to get some movement up to take that outlook into a different perspective. So longer term outlook, we are bullish as the EMA 10. Because we're hitting the EMA 10 right there on the weekly candle, so everything looks really good here. So I have an extra order in here. If you look at my day trade Discord, if you look at the swing trade alerts here, you can see that I added some lift as we approach 1550s, because that is where the weekly candle touch was. So 15.40 to 15.50, that's really where you would look to add. It doesn't have to touch it completely. This one did. And then my final ad, I don't think this is going to happen, but this will be a long time approach if I do it, and I'll put this in my longer term stock portfolio. If it does hit the EMA 20, I'll do one more ad. But I don't want that I just don't see it doing it. Usually what happens is you hit the 10 and you go up. If you look at this last time approach here on Lyft, way back here, this is kind of the same scenario. You see this big look here, and then you see this, kind of the same scenario here. You hit this EMA 5, you bounced, you make new highs. And then you come back to the 10 and you had a bounce. And then you come back to the 20 and had a bounce. So I would love, I'm not looking for outrageous gains. Obviously, this could easily make new highs as we approach, Christmas, traveling, and all that. So I do think this is going to be a different story. But what I'm going to do is once it goes to my average, I'm going to trail and stop it, and then we'll ride it from there. But yeah, it kind of sucks. Today was just like really, it goes down 10% on that. Like you know, that's just part of trading. It's just very unlucky. If you're watching this, you're like, wow, what the frick happened? Um, you know, just be thankful. You know, you could be trading a penny stock, and you know you could lose a whole lot more, and you know the longer outlook is not there. You know, the weekly candle is showing an uptrend, so that alone makes me confident. But like, you know what? I am totally fine with holding lift. Yes, it sucks that it went down, but it looks very good. And then you can see here we are making higher lows on a longer outlook. So if you look at the weekly candle, we get here, we get here. If we try to line this out, it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, the trend lines don't have to be matchly perfect. They don't have to hit it exactly. But that's kind of what you're looking at here for a weekly outlook. So you come here, bounce, come here, bounce, come here, bounce. It's just, you know, coming back down to this area, that would be the next lower. You know, it sucks if it goes here. I don't see it happening. I think we go higher and then we eventually touch up way in here. But if it does, you know, like I said, longer outlook, you got your weekly trend line is going up, your weekly EMAs are going up. You know, you're forming a smaller uptrend here. As you can see, you're just beginning this. We're way above the expansion. You see how long this downtrend lasted on the weekly? It lasted quite some time. We only have a couple candles above. I think we're just beginning, and we can keep on going up here. So I think we go way higher by January, February, and make new highs. You can look at some of the strongest stocks in the world. You know, they kind of do that same pattern, right? So, for example, look at Palantir. You see how we had this massive move up. This is your weekly candle outlook. You have this massive move up. It comes straight down to the 20. Everyone's freaking out, but guess what? It makes new highs, and then it goes all the way back up here. But the weekly outlook is long term, and then over time it goes up. You're not going to get the most exact price in trading. It's just not possible. You're not going to be like, hey, I got the exact price, and I want green to go right away. So that's why I'm focusing more on these stronger companies. Some companies that have really nice uptrends, or some companies that are just beginning the uptrend. You can see on LYFT right in here when the weekly candle was spread out, the EMAs were spread out, you can see how we were beginning an uptrend for quite some time. This was 12/01 to 2023 all the way into May. So we just now started this uptrend in November, and it's December. I think we have a couple months of resuming this uptrend, in my honest opinion. So LYFT, I'm extremely bullish long term. Are we going to get a bounce tomorrow? Are we going to get a bounce next week? We'll see. It could consolidate on this EMA 10, then make a move up. So it could be boring, but the thesis is don't be scared. Don't get like, oh man, I'm down 3% or 4 or 5%. It sucks. Yeah, it does suck, but you know, I do think this can rip 20%. You know, as you can see right here on this day alone, the earnings were really good. We ripped up 22% and kept going higher here. So this is LYFT. I think it's really good. If you guys played this with me, we are going to get out of this. I have no doubt. So I'll post all my entries in the swing trade alerts. So you know exactly what I'm doing. But yeah, we had a lot of great calls. A lot of great calls in the Discord. I'm not going to say I'm the perfect trader. I'm not going to say I win all my trades, but I am going to say I'm putting a lot of thought into this. I look at the company. I look at the trend. I look at the daily, the weekly. I don't see anything alarming. And then you can look at the buy rating. We got to reiterate buy rating. So if you look at the news here, and you can see the analysts here, you know, strong wholesaling, strong buy, and a buy. So we have nothing, you know, alarming on the analysts. Of course, I don't trade based on them, but it's just nice to see like there's a lot of eyes on it and all that. But yeah, look at the weekly candle. Let's resume this uptrend. I do think this is looking very good. Of course, yes, the daily kind of scares me that it's forming a downtrend, but I have no doubt this can get back above. But we will see from there, guys. All right, guys. If you do want to join the Discord, I'll post the link down below. I'll post the link down below in YouTube comments, and in the description will say join the premium Discord for my alerts system. It'll take you to this free chat landing page. What you want to do if you want to become a member is hit day trade alerts, and that'll give you access to all my alerts, day trades and swing trades. Day trades were absolutely awesome today. I did gold puts today, and I did IWM puts doing this unique strategy on a lower time frame, making massive money. And I give you guys exactly what I'm doing. I'm texting here. Same thing with swing trade alerts, exactly what I'm doing. So I try to give love to both communities. But usually the day trades are going to happen from 10 to 12, and then swing trades, I look all throughout the day and I post one. So there's a lot of effort, a lot of, I screen thousands and thousands of stocks. So if you want to subscribe, it is literally only $12 a month, and that's just to keep this Discord going and helps me be like, I put a lot of time into this, a little bit of a resource, and then your time and effort, watch the education videos, watch this video. If you just watching this video alone, you can understand what I'm doing with LYFT and my analysis. So if you hit server shop too, you can see the different memberships. If you just want swing trade, $6. If you want day and swing trade, it's $12. And like I said, I'm going to give you guys all my time, effort for you guys, and I hope you guys really appreciate it. And it's a lot of good stuff you're going to learn. Everything's not going to be. I'm not going to promise you guys, everything's going to perfect, but I am going to promise you guys, like, this system does work. Give it time, and I promise you guys are going to love it. So this is my analysis on LYFT. Give this video a like, subscribe, comment. Hope to see you guys in the Discord. I think you guys are going to love this community. I'm looking for my swing trading with the trend. I'm looking for strong stocks, that continue the trend, that go up and up and up over longer term. And I want to look for stocks that are just beginning that trend too. We did many stocks today, like Daku. We just nailed Daku. They landed their earnings. Look at this. Daku went way up. Guess where we took Daku in the Discord with proof was right here on this EMA 20. Had this massive bounce, and of course they're way up in this region here. So congrats to the Discord members who took that. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the Discord. Happy trading. Peace out.